You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we explore one of the most fundamental topics in cybersecurity: passwords. Passwords are used across nearly all IT systems to verify user identity and protect access to data and services. We will discuss what makes a strong password, the risks of weak credentials, and how password managers help users stay secure. This episode is aligned with Domain 6 of the Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam, which emphasizes understanding authentication practices and account protection. The ITF Plus exam may ask you to identify characteristics of a strong password, choose the correct description of a password manager, or recognize poor password behavior in a scenario. You will not be asked to configure settings, create password policies, or install software. The exam is focused on term recognition, user awareness, and understanding best practices, especially those that help reduce the risk of compromised accounts. A password is a secret string of characters that users provide to verify their identity when logging into a system or service. It represents the something you know factor in authentication, as discussed in earlier episodes. Passwords are often combined with usernames and are typically required to access everything from email and cloud storage to internal business applications. Because they serve as the first layer of access control, passwords must be strong and carefully managed. Strong passwords share several common characteristics. They are long, often at least 12 characters, and use a combination of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special symbols. Strong passwords avoid personal details like birth dates or names and do not include predictable patterns. The goal is to create a password that is difficult to guess and resistant to password cracking techniques like dictionary attacks or brute force attempts. Weak passwords are the opposite. They are usually short, easy to guess, or reused across multiple accounts. Common examples include password 123456 or the user's own name. Other weak practices include using keyboard patterns such as QWERTY or simple dictionary words like apple or football. These passwords are highly vulnerable and are often the first ones targeted by automated attacks or password lists used by hackers. Password reuse and history are also major concerns. Using the same password across different sites increases the chance that a breach in one system can be used to compromise others. Some systems enforce rules that prevent users from reusing old passwords or from choosing passwords known to be commonly used. To manage the increasing number of accounts and avoid reuse, many users rely on password managers to generate and store unique credentials. A password manager is a secure application that stores passwords in an encrypted vault. Users only need to remember one strong master password to access the vault, which then fills in login information automatically. This approach makes it easier to use strong, unique passwords for every site or service without having to memorize each one. Password managers are especially helpful in environments with many logins or accounts that require frequent changes. There are several types of password managers. Local password managers store data on the user's device, offering control and privacy but limited synchronization. Cloud-based managers sync across devices and offer convenience, but rely on internet access and cloud security. Some browsers and mobile operating systems include built-in password tools that offer storage, suggestions, and autofill options. The ITF Plus exam may describe these categories or ask which type supports cross-device use. Password expiration is another concept that may appear on the exam, though it is not covered in detail. Some organizations require users to change their passwords regularly, typically every 30, 60, or 90 days. The goal is to reduce the risk of long-term exposure if a password is compromised. However, frequent forced changes can lead to weaker behavior, like writing down passwords or choosing simple substitutions. The exam may mention expiration only in the context of understanding its purpose. Password recovery is a feature that helps users regain access to their accounts if they forget their password. Recovery methods may include a backup email address, a series of security questions, or multi-factor authentication steps. These methods should be private and secure to prevent attackers from using them to bypass account protection. You may see exam questions where a user resets a password using a code sent to their phone. This is an example of password recovery in action. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Storing passwords improperly introduces significant security risks. Writing passwords on paper, saving them in unencrypted files, or posting them in plain view exposes accounts to anyone with physical or digital access to the device. Shared passwords or credentials left visible on desks can easily be misused, whether intentionally or accidentally. Password managers help solve this problem by storing passwords securely, encrypting them in a vault that cannot be read without the master password. For users with multiple accounts, password managers simplify account management while enhancing security. Rather than trying to memorize dozens of complex strings, users can generate and store unique passwords for each site. This avoids the temptation to reuse passwords across platforms, which is a common but dangerous practice. Best practices also include never sharing passwords with others, even coworkers, family members, or friends, as doing so breaks accountability and can lead to misuse. It's also important to recognize password prompts and security alerts that appear during system use. Systems may prompt users to change default passwords during first-time setup. This is a critical step in protecting new devices. Some software or browsers may alert users if their password has been exposed in a data breach, or if they are reusing a password already used elsewhere. In some cases, the system may require a stronger password before proceeding. These alerts are part of enforcing password quality and should not be ignored. On the ITF Plus exam, password-related questions often take the form of comparisons or scenarios. You might be asked to choose the strongest password from a list, identify which behavior is secure, or match a description to a password manager. For example, a question could ask, which of the following is the most secure password, and present options of varying length and complexity. Another question might describe someone storing all their passwords in a spreadsheet and ask why that's unsafe. Terms to memorize for this topic include strong password, password manager, expiration, multi-factor authentication, vault, complexity, and reuse. Each of these describes a part of password strategy. Strong passwords include complexity and length. Password managers store them in vaults. Expiration policies and MFA provide additional layers of protection. Reuse is a vulnerability to avoid. Recognizing these terms helps you navigate exam questions confidently. The exam does not cover installation or configuration of password tools. You will not need to navigate password manager interfaces, enforce expiration policies, or adjust password length settings. There are no questions about software menus or encryption algorithms. The exam's goal is to verify that you understand password best practices, recognize the importance of good habits, and are aware of the tools that support secure account management. Passwords play a crucial role in protecting data and supporting security goals. They uphold confidentiality by controlling who can access sensitive information. They contribute to access control by limiting what actions a user can take based on their credentials. Passwords are tied to authentication systems and appear in nearly every type of IT service, from logging into a local device to accessing cloud-based systems across the globe. Password policy awareness is also important. Organizations often define minimum password lengths, require special characters, or limit reuse. While the ITF Plus exam won't ask about specific policy settings, you may see references to general rules, such as requiring passwords to be at least 12 characters long or denying reuse of the previous 5 passwords. Recognizing these rules helps users understand why systems enforce certain restrictions during account creation or password changes. Password tools are now built into most major platforms. Operating systems include password managers for local accounts. Web browsers offer to save login credentials and warn about reused or compromised passwords. And mobile devices integrate authentication features that link with fingerprint or facial recognition. These tools support good habits by encouraging strong password use and simplifying secure access across services. Understanding how these tools function at a basic level is helpful in both daily use and exam readiness. To summarize, secure password practices include using long, complex passwords, avoiding reuse, and never storing them in unprotected locations. Password managers help users generate, store, and manage credentials safely. Systems may require password changes or alert users about weak or compromised credentials. On the ITF Plus exam, expect to identify best practices, recognize common mistakes, and match terms like password manager, vault, and complexity to their meanings. Mastering this topic supports secure access across all IT systems. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.